We live in a country of double standards. It's bad, man. It's bad.
Walk in, chest scrape, we don't play. Staff talk sharp like a quiz on a Monday. Whiteboard wars, yeah, we grade all day. If you can't take that heat, stay out the hallway. Hey, this is the staff room. Say it loud, say it loud. The staff room.
Let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. My name is Dr. Matos. I appreciate you if you're returning, and welcome. If this is your first time, don't forget to go ahead down and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because today we are exposing the foolishness.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
The double standards. The double standards in our society today it's just destroying my brain. And I'm trying to figure out why you don't see it. Because in our education system, I am typically an education platform, but what we can see is that there's relationships between our behavior in our society and the education system. It's very clear, right? And there's a very, very, very clear double standard between the two. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So what does it mean to be educated? How do we do it? Do we hold kids by the diaper and push them along? Or do we just let them sink or swim? Or do we facilitate failure and then remediate that failure to create learning? I don't know. Read a book. I have my doctorate. Read a book. You'll figure it out. But I mean, I know how to do it. But I'm going to show you the discrepancy. I want to show you the double standard that we are seeing. Let's take a trip down to Miami, Carol City.
How you doing, Cam? Put it in your bag. Put it in the bag. Go back over there. You can't touch my carpet. That's for your foot. That has nothing to do with your shirt. You need a uniform shirt. Over here. You need a uniform shirt. Take those headphones off your head. Good morning. Welcome. Over here. No interruption of my school. No interruptions. It's not going to be a good day. He doesn't have on a uniform shirt. He leaving? He going home? Bye-bye? Adios? You go hide? Adios? Lopez, I don't know what he's trying to tell me. He has a note for his slide, but it has nothing to do with his uniform shirt. How you doing? Welcome to Miami, Carol City Senior High School, home of the Chief. How you doing? Good. It's your first day?
Let's stop right here. Now, here's my problem. If we go to the comments, now, we're starting to get this video's starting to get more likes, but that's because it's starting to get a little bit more exposure, right? And we're getting to see, a lot of the local people, and she's kind of present in the community, right? But when I first saw this video, it was a few days ago, and it was just starting to gain traction, and people were tearing this woman up. She can't talk to them like that. She does. Whoa. Why does she have to do this? Why does she have to that? Oh, it's a problem. Because I don't see a problem. I see a strong leader demonstrating strong leadership. I know that we haven't really been too privy to strong leadership lately.
Yeah, boy.
But this is what they look like. Now, I've seen this on other parts of the spectrum, and it hasn't gotten nearly as much criticism as this lady. But all of a sudden, there's a problem with the way she's approaching kids. Listen, there's an expectation. You're going to meet that expectation or you're going to go home. That's the way it works. We have a community here that operates a specific way, and this is what the expectation is. She teaches in a very, very rough area where kids are coming from homes where they don't have much. Education is at a low value in this area, and it's her job to now build it up. How am I going to do that? Well, I am going to hold people accountable, and I am going to start at the door with the way you present yourself, because that's important.
He's got a point.
Why is it such a big deal the way she's doing it? Because a parent was standing there the entire time. She came up to speak to her. She seems very respectable to me. You have to wear uniforms. It's part of the law down here. She's enforcing the uniform policy. Let me tell you what I see. When I go to work every now and then and we pass by these charter schools, I'll tell you what I see. I see biker shorts, booty shorts, well shorter than it needs to be. Nobody's bothering them at the charter schools, right? Listen, don't play with me, because I put this specific charter school chain on blast. because it's owned by a celebrity. They look terrible, they behave terrible, and they should not be allowed to be walking around school with certain items on. That's how I feel. Get mad if you want. Get in my comments. Y'all been in there anyway. I think it's funny because when I go on TikTok, it's super receptive, right? And people are like, yeah, I understand. And then I get on YouTube and I get comments where people are like, you don't know what you're talking about. This is all these people from the left.
Stop it.
Shut up.
I'ma knock you red across.
You're still crying about politics? Y'all broke those already. Stay out of our schools. The schools were struggling when y'all started involving politicians making disconnected decisions. Do I have to remind you of No Child Left Behind? Oh, I tell you what, the day you go to a politician to get heart surgery is the day I start to trust non-professionals in education. That's just the way it works. As parents, you're supposed to be worried and nervous for your child because you know that learning is tough, but you also have to be confident in what you teach them. You have to know that they're prepared to handle certain situations, but you also have to know that they're resilient to be told that something's not right and they need to fix it. But no, you rather come in and cry like a little baby. Oh, you can't talk to them. Give them another chance. No, because your behavior is the one that broke them. Here, let me give you an idea of how parental behavior can influence people, because y'all might need a little reminder. Daughter right by her. Daughter seeing all of that good stuff. I don't care who's right, who's wrong in this situation. I don't care what color they are, because I've seen a lot of people of other nationalities do the same thing. Don't get blinded by the simple idea of black, white, brown, all of that other garbage. It don't matter. American culture is American culture.
You big dummy.
I'm not telling. And please, I don't care if you say, oh, you don't like it, get out. Shut your mouth. Do better. It's disgusting. She's going to take this same behavior and she's going to use it at school. And I promise you what's going to happen is that parent's going to be like, it's okay. She didn't start it. No, it's because she learned it. But no, we giving people like this woman criticism. But there's a big double standard, because what happens is we have a softness for when kids go to school and they struggle, which they're supposed to struggle. That's how learning happens, right? When you take a child and they start to learn to walk, they fall down, don't they? Yeah, and what do? You probably baby them. I didn't baby my son. My son fell down. I sat there and waited. He learned how to get up real quick. When he's done, I gave him a huge hug, congratulate him, because now he's learning real young what it feels like to be a young man. Schools can't do this, but the whole world wants to be an athlete, right? Everybody's child's an athlete. Let me show you what you're sending your kids to.
Lose with these motherfuckers. Yeah, okay. Sit right here, bitch. Sit right here with the mic. Yeah. Motherfuckers weak, bro. Yeah, okay. You weak-minded motherfucker. Hey, you too.
I'm gonna choke the fuck out of him. Just tell you.
Let's talk about it. Come on, let's talk about it. Because it's not a double standard, right?
Bullshit. Bullshit.
It's not. Principals and teachers can't hold your kid accountable for beating people up and doing stupid stuff, not doing their work, coming in late, not wearing the right uniform, looking disgusting because they see it all over TV. Mind you, you've allowed them to watch TV as parents. You've allowed them to see these things and listen to these things on TV. You've allowed them to do that. You've created a normality of it, right? But let's talk about it. But guess what? We sure want them to play some ball. We sure want them to go be an athlete of the year or whatever you want to call it. And then we have this.
He's a mark-ass bitch, homie.
We got that. Now, this is Coach Jason Brown, Last Chance U. He's got a huge following now. Let me tell you why I like Coach Brown, because, yeah, he's emotional. He's very emotional. But every now and then, he'll hit the nail on the head. And he tries to do right the best that he can. Nobody's perfect in his sense, but what I'm using him as an example for is that you're crying about the way your kids are being treated. All that's happening is they're being held accountable.
Mama, there goes that man.
You can't handle that, but then you send them to coaches like this. This is not an uncommon thing. That child's dad sent him back to this man twice. You can go ahead and watch it yourself. Last Chance U is on Netflix. All 4 seasons, you're going to see nothing but this. Fifth season, you're gonna see a little bit different, right? Lainey, I believe. But it's a double standard. Call it what you want. Get in my comments now. I can keep going with this. But no, you rather hate this lady.
I'm not a losing principal. And I'm going to say, I don't even care about a scoreboard, and that may not resonate to some of y'all. I don't care if the scoreboard is 35 zip like Grayson was the other day, and they somehow came back. The only thing that's important to me is that you don't give up, and I don't care what that clock freaking says, to the zero on that board, and they say, game over. Y'all better go out there like we still got a game to play. That's important to me. You know what else is important to me? Sportsmanship. You better not get out there and embarrass the out of me. I don't care how they act. And if you see your brother about to lose it, you better pull him back.
Oh, but that's a problem.
Son of a... Now, wait a minute.
That's a problem. Crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. This is what happens in your schools, whether you like it or not. There's bad people everywhere. Not all teachers are perfect. Not all people are perfect. That's just what I say. Not all principals are perfect. Not all people are perfect. But we praise one thing, and it has nothing to do with color in this sense. I can show you black coaches that are just as hard. If you want another example, go back and watch Miami Northwestern. I believe it's like Year of the Bull documentary. Go back and watch that. It has nothing to do with race or color. It has everything to do with the fact that you, from an observational standpoint, you, from a parent, you have a double standard and you're not putting your priorities in the right place. Right now, the only weapon that your children have for the rest of their life is not a gun. It's their education.
Nick Walt, ABC.
Because they're being programmed to be less and more easily manipulated. Excuse me. No, you don't believe me? Go on social media. What do you think? What do you think? Here, let me show you.
Damn!
Now, tell me whose senior year looks like that. Yeah, you all had a problem when this school did this.
Your phone? Did you,
What?
Oh, that was a problem. I opened the comments. I would never. My child is always going to have their phone. It's a safety thing. Yeah, okay. Schools only became unsafe when we started promoting the violence via social media and via media outlets. When we started that promoting and sensationalizing that violence, that's when it became unsafe. I'll let you think about that for a little bit. But yeah, there's this double standard. It's sad. I hate the fact that you guys don't understand that education is by far the most important thing in this world. Why? It's because it creates freedom in a manner that can't be replicated. Oh, but it's not the education. It's what's being taught. Teachers are shut up. Teachers teach critical thinking. Teachers teach go and do your own research. Teachers teach make up your own mind. The problem is that you don't want to look back in your history. You don't want to understand that the history is to be taught, because it's important that we remember history, because we cannot have a successful future without remembering where we came from.
got him! Got him! Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
Stop being so sensitive. Oh, they're treating homosexual things in the books. Oh God, please do better. Anyway, double standard. It's kind of a thing, you know, but I think you guys will get better with it. Let's take a look at the next video.
If you are a teacher, stop talking about these autistic kids being in your classroom for special education. You know.
Okay, fair enough. Stop talking about inclusion. Right now, inclusion's a big thing. So let's talk about inclusion. Right now, they're trying to eliminate inclusion. They're saying that inclusion has not been as successful as was initially thought that it was going to be. They're saying the data shows that it's actually hurting kids more, and they want to stop inclusion. So what you're saying is, teachers, you need to stop complaining about this. No, teachers told you. My child has autism. Let me be very clear. I'm fairly educated.
You big dummy.
I noticed that she had autism at a very early age. My wife and I got her therapy at a very early age. We were able to reverse a lot of the things, and now she is very high functioning. But she still struggles with certain things. If you talk to my daughter, you would not know she had autism until halfway through the conversation. However, I still don't believe that she needs to be in a gen ed classroom yet. Why? Because it will hurt the progress that she's made. It would hurt her confidence. It would hurt a lot of things that helped her be so great. So yes, educators know when a child is in the wrong setting. So if a child is not in the right setting, they have a right not only to say something, they also have a right to get that kid removed from their class. But that's not talked about. Why? Because educators rather sacrifice themselves. Honestly, we're placing the blame in the wrong place, because pretty soon they're trying to get rid of inclusion altogether. And you're complaining about teachers. Why? Because you're too sensitive to understand where the real problem lies. Sorry. And in a much more simpler approach, let's just be honest. In a lot of states, teachers get paid for performance. They have a scale in that manner. So when you get a kid that's on inclusion, and that child does not pass, teachers don't make bonuses, but they still try. They might complain, but they still try. Everybody complains. I mean, it's human nature, but you got to recognize that. Let's continue.
How long it took us to get little Johnny to not smack the fuck out of you when you asking for a demand. Let them
Yeah, it don't sound like you taught your kid anything.
kids at least try. Y'all ain't even let them try to come in y'all class and y'all already talking shit. God damn, shut up. Y'all, this is the worst generation of fucking teachers I have ever fucking seen. Do you fucking...
There you go. It's all the teacher's fault. It's all the teacher's fault. I had to take a second real quick, because some can say this is the worst generation of parenting that we've ever seen. And the proof of that is all over the place. It's part of not being emotional, right? Not having a response, a reaction to foolishness, because she don't know what she's talking about. She's speaking out of emotionality. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. My child has autism too. It's the way it works.
You hear me? Like, back to school just started, and there's so many people on social media talking about,
Social media.
they're putting autism kids in my classroom inclusion. You don't even know the fucking kid. Don't even.
We are very aware of who those kids are. Why? Because we have followed those children throughout their time at the school. We know exactly what happens in all classrooms other than ours. Why? Because we have to do that to prepare ourselves. I mean, I think you need to throw your phone in the trash. Young lady, you seem quite ignorant. It's tough. It's tough. I hope you see this too. I definitely commented on her video and let her know how I felt. She didn't say anything back, because that's because she understands it. She sounds stupid, but that's also because, she's got a lot of views here, but she's got a lot of negative comments.
As educators, I think we've got to start demanding the right to refuse service to students that we cannot serve safely. I think
now we have the exact opposite. Let's see what's said here.
Safety has to be the bottom line, just as it is in the medical profession, right? In the medical profession, doctors...
There's always a see, this is what people don't understand, right? There's always a common comparison between medical professionals and educators. Why? Because they operate in the same exact manner. Okay. Oh, I'm missing my glasses here. They operate in the same manner. What does that mean? Well, educators get patients in a sense. They diagnose deficiencies, and then they remediate or treat those deficiencies. It's the same process as a medical professional, right? You come in, you say something's wrong, they diagnose it, and then they treat you with whatever. When you're a teacher, they don't know what's wrong. There tends to be pushback a lot of times on the diagnosis, and there's no pill that you take to fix it, right? We have to now practice that, and with that practice comes struggle. So that's why there's always that comparison.
Take a Hippocratic oath to do no harm, and doctors will refuse service if they cannot provide that service safely, right? Like if you call your general practitioner, they'll say, if this is a medical emergency, hang up and dial 911. If you're on an airplane with a doctor, that doctor will render first aid and help if somebody's having a medical emergency, but they're not going to do open heart surgery, right? They're not going to grab a ballpoint pen and some cocktail napkins and say, yeah, let's get into this open heart surgery right here on the airplane. And we're frequently, as ridiculous as that sounds, We are frequently in very similar situations when it comes to safety.
It doesn't sound ridiculous at all. There are many similarities in life between things that are not directly connected. Why? And this is why they say neurodivergents tend to have a more accurate depiction of what's happening around them, is because we see the patterns. You can learn things by recognizing the pattern of something that has nothing to do with it. It's because human behavior and human nature operates in a very linear way. The same mistakes look the same in different environments. But if you don't recognize those, then you can't have a successful push in whatever your field is, because you've lacked the ability to recognize when the answer was actually present in something other than the field or the environment that you work in. What? Sorry, for some of y'all it makes sense. Some of y'all it's going to be absurd, but I mean, that's just you.
With our most troubled students. I got an email the other day from a teacher who's just at her wit's end with a student who was kicking and had hurt people and had already been moved out of a pregnant teacher's classroom because he was such a danger to others. And teachers are being told that, like, this kid has to stay in class. This kid has to come back to class. This kid cannot be sent out of class. This kid cannot be sent home. There is no aid there. And does the aide want to get kicked? I mean,
let's stop right there. The teacher was told that they cannot be removed. They cannot be sent home. Nothing. Why is that? I'll tell you why. It's because the law states that inclusion must be upheld. Teachers are getting the crap beat out of them, and then and then parents are suing them when teachers request to have those kids removed from their class. Mind you, it's in their contract that when they are put in a situation that's not safe, or when they cannot render the proper services, they have the right to say, I need this child removed from their class. The system in that sense is broken, but that's because you didn't trust the professionals. Listen, let's just go ahead and wrap this one up. I hate to tell you guys, but you guys are looking in the wrong place for the answers to the right questions. What is wrong with the place that we live in now? It's simple. Double standards and social programming that people don't recognize as social programming. So right now we're so worried about our division and our ethnic divides and our social class divides. We're so worried about that we're missing the problems that's creating. In this sense, it's creating a broken generation that's up and coming. But my biggest issue is that freedom. Oh my God. I don't know. Something I think about all the time, because I feel like we could be better. And I feel like our kids can be the best. But I don't feel like you want that. I feel like most of you just want everybody to do the work for you. Stafford.
Walk in, chest great, we don't play. Staff talk sharp like a quiz.